Namaskaram everybody, hope you guys are having a great time. This is the second lesson on adjective. In the first lesson we talked about what is an adjective. We also talked about what is a descriptive adjective, also known as a qualitative adjective. We also talked about 3 degrees of adjective. We also talked about articles working as adjectives. So we talked about a lot of stuff in the first video. If you haven't watched that video, go and watch that. The link will be in the description, alright? So in this video, we'll talk about all these types of adjectives. This is going to be super informative, super fun. I'm ready, hope you too. Let's do this. Alright guys, we'll start with a quantitative adjective. What exactly is a quantitative adjective? As the name goes, quantitative, quantity. So it's an adjective that modifies a noun by giving a quantity, by giving a number. Let me give you some examples and make you understand. I have got 6 cars. Very rich am I, right? Very rich. I'm just kidding, I'm broke. So I've got 6 cars. 6 is my quantitative adjective, modifying the noun cars by giving a number, which is 6, alright? 6 cars. How many cars? 6 cars. Let us take one more example. I've been teaching for 3 years. I've been teaching for 3 years. So 3 is our quantitative adjective, giving information about the noun. Years, telling us how many years. 3 years. Let us take one more example. Recently, I found my 4th girlfriend. 4th girlfriend. Yes, I did. I'm just kidding. So 4th is our quantitative adjective, giving information about girlfriend. Which girlfriend? How many girlfriend? 4th girlfriend, right? It's my 4th girlfriend. So 4th is my quantitative adjective. So a quantitative adjective can be a cardinal number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and etc. And can be an ordinal number too, like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Let us take one more example. We don't want to see a 4th World War. We don't want to see a 4th World War. So 4th is our quantitative adjective, modifying the noun World War, telling us the number 4th, right? So a quantitative adjective modifies a noun by giving a number. Sometimes it doesn't give you an exact number. It gives an uncertain number. It doesn't give you an exact number. Let me give you some examples like I have many friends. I have many friends. How many friends? Many friends. I just don't know the number. Let me give you one more example. She has some pens. She has some pens. How many pens? Some pens. We don't know the number, right? So when it modifies a noun by giving an uncertain number, we also call it an indefinite adjective. Indefinite adjective. All right. Here's the complete list of indefinite adjectives. Adjectives as some, any, many, much, enough, right? Here's the complete list. You can refer to this list. So a quantitative adjective simply modifies a noun by giving a number. That could be a certain number, a fixed number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or it could be an indefinite number like some, many, much, more, any, enough, right? Sufficient. Now let us move to the next adjective, which is a demonstrative adjective. Guys, a demonstrative adjective is used to demonstrate or indicate a noun which is either close to us or far away from us. Which is either close to us or far away from us. Alright, so we've got 4 demonstrative adjectives, which are this, that, these, and those. Now let us understand how these 4 demonstrative adjectives work. We'll start with this. So we use this to indicate a singular noun which is close to us, like this board is mine. I use this marker. I love this guy. I hate this girl, right? So that's how we use this to indicate a singular noun which is close to us. Understood? Now let us talk about that. So we use that to indicate a singular noun which is not close to us, which is far away from us, all right? That dog is not mine. I hate that cat. I don't like that person, all right? To indicate a singular noun which is far away from us. That's how we use that. Now let us talk about these. We use these to indicate a plural noun which is very close to us. For examples, I use these markers. These markers do not work, and that's true. These people are amazing. These people are amazing. All right. So we use these to indicate a plural noun which is close to us. Understood? Now let us talk about those. So we use those to indicate a plural noun. Again, a plural noun which is far away from us. For examples, those dogs are dangerous because they bite. Those dogs are dangerous. I don't like those people. I do not like those people. So that's how we use those to indicate a plural noun which is far away from us, which is not close to us. Now a very important thing, guys. All these words, this, that, these, those, are also demonstrative pronouns. Then how do you get to know whether a word which could be this, that, these, those is a demonstrative adjective or a demonstrative pronoun? See, it's very simple. I'll make you understand. A demonstrative pronoun is never followed by any noun. Okay, I'll give you an example. For example, this is a cat. So we never use a noun after a demonstrative pronoun. So here, this is a demonstrative pronoun. I can say that too. That is a cat. But if I use a noun after it, it becomes a demonstrative adjective. For example, that or this cat is small or dangerous or mine. All right, this is the difference between a demonstrative adjective and a demonstrative pronoun. We do not use a noun after a demonstrative pronoun. So this, that, right, these, those. So if we do not use a noun after them, they become a demonstrative pronoun. And if we use a noun after these words, these become a demonstrative adjective. This is the difference between demonstrative adjectives and demonstrative pronouns. Now I'm going to give you a task. You see some examples here, right? Some sentences here. We have this, that, these, those in every sentence. One of these words in every sentence. Now it's your task to find out whether it's a demonstrative adjective or a demonstrative pronoun. Find that out and write it in the comment section below. I'll come there and check and let you know whether it's correct or incorrect. Alright, you can pause the video here and do it. So I hope you guys have done it. Now let us move to the next adjective, which is an interrogative adjective. Guys, an interrogative adjective is used to modify a noun and ask a question. Very simple. We use it to modify a noun and ask a question. And we've got only 3 interrogative adjectives. That makes our life very easy, right? And these 3 interrogative adjectives are what, which, and whose. Now a very important thing. All these 3 words act as interrogative pronouns too. Then how do you get to know whether these words are interrogative pronouns or interrogative adjectives? Very simple. The key is we do not use a noun after an interrogative pronoun, but we do use a noun after an interrogative adjective. Let us take some examples and understand this. Example number 1. What name will you call me by? What name will you call me by? So what here is my interrogative adjective. But how do I know? Because I have a noun after it, which is name. What name will you call me by? But if I say, what is your name? Here, what is not an interrogative adjective. Rather, it's an interrogative pronoun because it does not have a noun after it. What is your name? Example number 2. Which chocolate do you want to eat? Do you want to eat a chocolate? Oh, I don't have one. Which chocolate do you want to eat? All right, which is our interrogative adjective and we have a noun after it, chocolate. Which chocolate do you want to eat? That's how I get to know that which is my interrogative adjective, because it's not standing alone. Interrogative pronouns stand alone, but interrogative adjectives do not stand alone. This is the difference. Always keep this in your mind. Now, a very important thing. A lot of people use what and which interchangeably, which is correct, you can do that. But is there any difference between both of them? Is there any difference? Yes, there is. There's a very subtle difference between what and which. And the difference is that when we use what, we're not referring to any limited number of options. When I say, what name will you call me by, I literally don't have any options in my mind. But if I say, which name will you call me by, I do have some options in my mind, right? That's why I'm saying, which name will you call me by? So let's say the names that I have in my mind are Max, Sam, Sonu, Akash, and Ritvik. Let's suppose these are the 5 names that I have in my mind. So which name will you call me by? So this is the difference between what and which. When we use what, we do not refer to any number of options. But when we use which, we do refer to unlimited number of options. Alright, always keep this thing in your mind. Example number 3. Whose car is it? Whose car is it? So we're using a noun after the interrogative adjective whose. Whose car is it? We use whose to show possession. Alright, whose car is it? Whose kid is playing in the ground? Whose kid is playing in the ground? So that's how we use interrogative adjectives. Hope you got it. Now let's move to the next adjective. Now let's talk about a possessive adjective. Guys, a possessive adjective is used to modify a noun by showing a possession. That's how we use a possessive adjective. And we've got 6 possessive adjectives, and these are my, your, his, her, our, and their. So we've got some examples here. Let us understand through these examples. I love your phone. I love your phone. Not any phone, I love your phone. So your is the possessive adjective modifying the noun phone. Alright, I love which phone? Your phone. Alright, I can replace the word your with any of these possessive adjectives. Alright, I can say I love my phone, I can say I love his phone, I can say I love her phone, I love our phone, I love their phone. Right, so I can use any possessive adjectives here. I love your phone. Second example, Max lives in my house. Max lives in my house. Which house? My house. So my is my possessive adjective modifying the noun house, giving information about it. Which house? My house. Again, I can replace this adjective my with any of these possessive adjectives. I can say Max lives in your house. Max lives in his, her, our, their house. Alright. So possessive pronouns are also similar, but they're very different. Alright. My becomes mine, your becomes yours, his remains his, her hers, our ours, and their becomes theirs. Alright, again we know the trick that we do not use a noun after a pronoun, but we do use a noun after an adjective. So this is the difference between possessive adjectives and possessive pronouns. So I hope you've understood what is a possessive adjective. Now let us talk about the last adjective, which is a proper adjective. Guys, a proper adjective is a part of a descriptive adjective that we've already talked about. But I don't want you to be confused about anything. That's why we're talking about it separately. So a proper adjective is formed out of a proper noun, right? That is why we're calling it a proper adjective. Some of the proper adjectives are Indian, Chinese, American. So Indian is formed out of India, Chinese, China, American, America. So we'll take some examples here and understand it. I love Chinese food. What food? Chinese food. So Chinese is a proper adjective modifying the word food, right? Giving information about it. Which food? Chinese food. I love Chinese food. And like a proper noun, the first letter of a proper adjective is always in capital. All right. I love Chinese food. So C is in capital. Example number 2. My brother has an American friend. Which friend? American friend. So American is a proper adjective giving information about the noun friend. Which friend? American friend. A is capital. Example number 3, Indian culture needs to be appreciated. Needs to be appreciated, my bad. Indian culture needs to be appreciated. Okay, so which culture? Indian culture. So Indian is a proper adjective giving information about the noun culture. Which culture? Indian culture. I is capital. Anyway, it's the very first letter of the sentence. It has to be capital, right? So that's how we use a proper adjective. So that's about this video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this lesson. I hope you learned something new today. If you did, hit the like button, give me some motivation, right? And if you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing to the channel, because I make a lot of informative lessons for you, especially for you. So do consider subscribing, right? And I'll see you very soon with a new topic. Till then, keep learning, have fun. I'm out. Namaskaram.